Hello XCOM fans, 8Drops bringing you another XCOM multiplayer commentary. In this match I will be playing against manuel117. In this match I am running two sectoids, a sectoid commander, a thinman, a hunter, and a LPR smoke jumper. Now here I just want to get just a basic spread of all my units here. So I'm going to send one sectoid to the right for scouting, and the other sectoid as far along the wall as I can. Now I want to bring my sectoid commander in there so I can position him for some tricky stuff later. And right now my goal, my recon is, or my hunter, I'm sorry, is I want to get him over there by those dumpsters. It's a very good position for him. Gives him good open view of the entire bar. Well, he's not dead-eye, so not really. And it lets me see if anybody's coming up that far side behind the dumpsters. I like it so far. Now right here, I'm just listening to his audio. Hear soldier footsteps, but I'm not very good at pinpointing where exactly they're going. I don't know if it's the way I have my sound set up in the game, but they all kind of sound like they're all running in random directions to me. I'll have to work on that later. So far I've heard footsteps and some sectoids. Those could be commanders. Do little corner checks on both my sectoids. I don't see anything, so I'm just gonna bring them right back. And I decided to go ahead and scan. I thought I might have heard them go over this way, but not quite enough range. And so I'm just scanning little normal hideouts that you can get to by turn 2. And I don't really find anything. So what I decided to do, I think I just leave them up there this turn. I can't recall. But I'm going to move my hunter over here as far as he can go, staying out of line of sight behind that blue truck. Now since sectoid commanders can't open doors, I bring him over and get a dash bug. But it wasn't going to be a big deal. He wasn't going to go anywhere on that turn anyway. But what I'm actually going to do is I'm going to select him and have him open the door anyway, even though he's used both of his turns. Which doesn't reveal anything new to me. So I'm going to pull my sectoid back away from the corner, out of line of sight. And I do pull my thinman down, and I'm just going to hunker him. And I believe I was thinking about pulling him back, but as you noticed, I was coming off this glitch where it doesn't want to let me go back through that door. It wants me to go around the long way. You see, and I tried to fix it with entering attack and exiting, but it just wouldn't let me go, and it was really frustrating me, this game. I couldn't figure out why. And it persists later through the game too. So instead, I just hunker him down, and I'm kind of thinking to myself, like, why wouldn't it let me move? And I get over it, and I come over here to listen to his audio. Alright, so here's sectoid, and at first I wasn't sure where he went, but by him opening the door, I know he's now inside of the bar, and he made sure to open both doors. So at this point I was thinking he wants a line of sight if he's trying to open both doors, and I was expecting him to possibly break the glass as well, because at this point I was thinking it was a dead-eye sniper. So I was going to try to be careful, avoid as much line of sight as possible. So now we heard a dash, or not a dash, a move forward on a soldier over there by the alley, and that much I am sure of. And so I'm going to go ahead, I'm going to poke this corner where I thought I heard him. And I see a sectoid And I'm still new learning things, and I find out that it is a medic. Or not just a medic, a side guardian, I believe it is. Which, at this point, I was convinced he had a commander somewhere. And I'm still here freaking frustrated with my commander. I'm gonna move him over to the dumpsters, see if there's anything going on over there. There's not. And I'm looking to get a scanner on the roof, but I'm a little too far away, so I just throw him on Overwatch. At this point, I want to get more vision inside the bar, and so that's when I pull this guy over there. He doesn't actually see anything this turn. I believe you have to, yeah, I throw him on Overwatch. And I bring my sectoid over to the car, see if he can get anything coming around the far away. At this point, I'm like, I want to get my thin man closer, but now that I know he's making a push on the roof, there's no, I can't bring him on the roof. And you notice it let him go through that door even though it didn't show pathing through that door. And it caused him to do a dash on what normally would have been a move. And that was frustrating. Okay, so now on this turn we know that he was making a play for the roof. So I'm going to expect audio up there.
Contact.
And he actually moves the sectoid forward, I get a reaction shot, and I miss.
No, that is not good.
And he decides to suppress my guy. And he gets very unlucky and he doesn't break anything with his suppress. And that's usually what suppressing sectoids are good at. Lowering aim and breaking. So he brings another one up and decides to suppress as well. So now I'm double suppressed, and this one actually breaks the high cover and reduces me to low cover. I'm not worried at this at all. He's revealed that he has at least 3 sectoids at this point. And a Psych Guardian. Now, from what I know at this point, he has a Psych Guardian with a plasma rifle and what looks like Carapace armor or Titan armor. I'm really bad at judging. Based on his health, at this point I'm gonna have to say Titan. And I hear him go on the roof. And he moves forward, and he's gonna shoot at my sectoid down here, and he has a pretty high chance. I imagine he has a scope and med kits, because he gets the double pockets. Now I'm gonna go ahead and instead of poisoning the medic, because I know it's not gonna do anything, I poison sectoids and I get a double poison off here, which works out really good for me. It's going to reduce their aim, and it's going to be impossible for them to hit those suppression shots at this point. Now I want to get the sectoid to possibly get a flank off, so I pull him over here. And now, at this point, I wasn't sure what I wanted to do with my commander, because I wanted to see if I get a mind control on the medic. At this point in the game, I don't actually believe I realized it was a Psy guy. I was thinking. At this point, I was thinking it was just a medic. Now I move this guy because I want to get him behind some better cover, and they miss obviously. One of them takes out the entire back wall and sets it on fire. So I get this guy in back cover because I know he's on the roof and I don't want to be in the bar because he could just do drops on me. Now, so I move my hunter up and I'm going to throw a scanner on the roof. Now, from this angle I was having a really hard time getting a good scanner, so I try to switch my angle a bit more to get a better scanner.
Big brother is online.
Yeah, it's definitely Titan's armor. So even if he didn't have a med get on there, my poison still won't do anything. So here, listen for his audio, and he's pulling back his sectoids that I poisoned. He doesn't want to stay and get re-poisoned, so he's obviously going to move them, and I wasn't able to set up any Overwatch traps on him. And from what I got the audio, I can tell he moves one of his other sectoids up from the alley, probably the other one that I saw with the medic originally. And he decides to come in here, drop his Psy Guardian down, and he goes into the barn. Which kind of confused me because that door didn't open, and so originally I thought he was just in the alley and it was somebody else I heard. But apparently you don't get to see that door open unless you have vision on it now. Now I'm not 100% on that, but it didn't open this time for me. And he goes and throws smoke over there, so I assume he has more than just the 2 sectoids over there at this point, and possibly a smoke jumper. And he goes ahead and he mind merges one of them with the other one to heal him up to the poison. Smart move. Alright. So, at this point, I'm still not entirely sure what's going on. So, I want to try to scan and see if I find any more units. And obviously, I'm just double checking to make sure that those were where the 2 sectoids were. Yep. And I'm also scanning the immediate area for a smoke jumper. And I'm unable to find anything. I just did the quick cover locations. Yeah, I didn't find anything. So I believe I move on, and I'm gonna throw another scanner because I'm not entirely sure what's going on, and I fumble around with this for a minute trying to get the best one.
Scanners online.
Do a check, see if I have vision on the sectoid. I don't. And I decide to pull him back, but I have issues moving to the corners. I'm going to do a quick little check here. And I see those 2 sectoids. I don't have a shot on them at all. And I just pull him back into safety. Them in. I'm just going to hunker him down. And I'll hunker down the commander as well. Okay, you heard those little clang clang? At the time, I didn't realize the fire burned another part of the wall down. And I kind of pay the price for that here. And he pulls the sectoids back again. And he's just gonna mind merge one. And then they're both healed up another point. So he brings his sectoid from the alley in and throws him on Overwatch. At this point, he's looking at what to do with his Psy Guardian. And this surprised me when the targeting came out because I didn't realize more of the wall had been revealed, and now my commander was in only half color. cover, sorry. And he gets a mind meld on him. And I'm looking and I'm like, I then realize that the cover has been destroyed. And then he pulls this other sectoid up and hunkers him down. Okay, so at this point, I get to see a better view of what happened. I'm just looking and I actually could see him. I realize there's no way I'm going to be able to do anything on him. And so originally my plan was to bring this guy over and mind merge. Because at this point I still don't believe I got the concept that I wasn't going to be able to do anything with him. And I completely forgot about that Overwatch. It was just a complete misplay. And this guy really doesn't end up doing anything. So I go to my Thin Man and I decide to poison this close one. Alright, now, my sectoid commander is in some deep shit right now. And so I decide I'm gonna bring him up to the roof. He's gonna be safe from there right now. I wasn't sure exactly what I wanted to do with him. So I just leave him on Overwatch in case somebody pops down. This guy can't say anything, so I just put him on Overwatch as well. And I leave him on Overwatch. And I wanted to get this guy out of here. He was low, I didn't want to lose him. But there was nowhere he can go that he would have been safe. So I decide to try to suppress that and hopefully break down that wall. But instead I just break some glass in the car. So at this point I'm fairly confident that all of his units are the 3 sectoids and the medic. Keep calling it medic, even though at this point I know it's a Psy Guardian. So he mind merges to heal. And he moves a sectoid through some glass. And it proceeds to suppress my unit. Which at this point has done nothing. He moves his Psy Guardian forward and I get a nice reaction shot. And it hits and does 6 damage. And that's not that bad. No, he pulls up and he actually flanks himself. I'm like, there's no way he's going to try to shoot my sectoid at this point. And he doesn't have a shot against my hunter. And so I'm like, if he decided to shoot anyone, I would have just moved everyone in and taken this guy out. At this point I realize it is ghost armor. And to be honest, I wasn't too worried. I knew basically how I wanted to stop this. I knew he couldn't get on the roof at this point because my commander was blocking roof access. And so right now, I'm trying to figure out where he went. I'm just shield scanning. And at first I thought he was there. And then I just realized that I just limited my move. So I switch over to my Thin Man, do some more scanning. And right now I wanted to get my Thin Man out. So I was looking for where I could bring him up. Originally I was just gonna bring him up and throw him on. Overwatch, and then I realized he's gonna get the first turn when he unstealths. So I couldn't figure out why my move range of my commander was so short here. If anyone has any ideas, I'd love to know. 'Cause, I mean, he's only letting him move like 8 squares total. And this is when I get the hint. This guy is flanked, so he's got to be somewhere over there. Because there's no way he can get the flank on me on the other side. And then I realized I shield scanned around the corner of that car and I couldn't move. So I know he's there. Now the easiest way I know to get away from being flanked, grapple away. So I grapple up to the roof, get away, and I believe I throw this guy in Overwatch. Now, he obviously has vision of that guy. My plan here was I was going to grapple him up to the roof and run away, but I couldn't get a grapple. So I was going to move here and grapple him up, but I was running out of time, and so it was going to give him a shot. So I decided to hunker down instead. And then I throw this guy in Overwatch. Now, on Ghost, and I was kind of weird because it didn't happen right away, and then he reveals himself. Now at this point, I was really hoping he wasn't going to move up to the roof and take out my commander. Even if he did, I would have just pulled everything up to the roof and focus fired him down. So he takes a shot with his sectoid and he lights the car on fire, so I'm going to have to move that sectoid next turn. Now he does a really good play here, and he moves another sectoid into a flanking position and throws suppression on him. This is really well played on his part, and I applaud him for this. It was a very smart move. So he then moves into the kitchen. At this point I'm like, oh, perfect. I can move my commander in there and I can mind control him. I mean, obviously, in hindsight, he's a Psy Guardian. I'm not going to be able to mind control him. Now, I'm just looking at shot percentages. They're crap. So I was thinking of dropping him there, but I wasn't sure if I was going to get vision. So I just pull him into the kitchen altogether. I see that he's used one of his medkits. Now I'm looking here. I'm like, oh, I only get 20%? Oh, 10% mind control. This is, well, Sectoid can't do anything. And so at this point, well, I'm just gonna murder him. So, I'm in a position, I want to move everything in if I can. I wasn't sure where I was gonna move this Sectoid. I was fairly certain he was gonna die, but the Sectoid can miss. That's what I was thinking. And I was trying to get him behind that pod, but for some reason I couldn't move there. And to this moment, I have no idea why. So I decided to move over to the corner. He gets the reaction shot, and it lands. So at this point, he's been able to kill 2 sectoids of mine, and I've only damaged some of his units. So I was a little worried at this point. Now, I was gonna nade this guy in the corner here. I'm like, sweet, I'm gonna get a nade. It's sure that he dies. I didn't realize my commander was gonna move forward into the next box and take damage as well. So I was a little upset with myself at this point. Now, I'm spamming the clock because I'm running out of time, and I get a nice crit on him. And I'm unable to do anything else, and because of he got crit wounded and it takes forever, and I wasn't able to do anything with my other units I planned to do. So my sniper here is flanked, and at this point I'm a little worried. If he were to take out my sniper, I'd be a little worried. So he takes one shot at my thin man that I moved to the corner and wasn't able to move with, and it misses. He didn't have much of a shot, so I'm not too surprised. Now I hear him move another sectoid, but I wasn't sure where. So he takes this sectoid, he moves him forward,
They're trying to flank us.
and he takes a shot at my flanked unit and misses. So he missed, I believe, a 60% or 80% shot there. It wouldn't have done all that much, and right now I'm just trying to get a feel. I thought I was getting locks for a second, but it turns out it wasn't. And I wasn't sure where he went. Some quick scans, see if I missed any sectoids. And I said I'm just going to kill this guy with poison. He's going to die next turn. I don't want to take the chance of missing. So, I was kind of going to come around for a flank over here. And I wasn't sure where to put him, so I put him right there. Now, to my surprise, there was a sectoid standing in the square right next to him on Overwatch. And he gets a good hit with the 2 damage. So now I'm just thinking what to do. I don't have to worry about overwatching this guy, so I move him over to full cover. And I want to kill a sectoid, and I know I'm going to have a better aim chance with my pistol. So I flip over, and it glitches, making it look like it's a laser.
X-ray neutralized.
But it takes out the sectoid. It's his turn, kills his other sectoid. And now he just has the 1 sectoid left. He shoots, gets a 4 crit. And I know it's his last unit now because it just went to my turn. I switch over to my smoke jumper and I type GG. And I'll wait for him to respond, which he doesn't. So I just finish off his sectoid.
Dead and gone.
Thank you everyone for watching.